Listeners, thank you so much for joining us tonight, episode 42. Viewers, what did I say, listeners?
Yeah.
Oh, viewers, sorry. Hey, tonight we've got a really good show waiting in the wings. We've got a really cool guy who's been on the show before. Of course, we've been on his show. Tonight we are talking about Avatar versus Zootopia in DCA. Also take a look at downtown Disney stuff going on and see what else is cracking from that. But let's start the intro, and then we'll introduce our guest / friend. All right, love that. Yeah, it's kind of catchy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, baby. You know what? Let's bring on our guest / friend. I don't call him a guest. He's part of it, I suppose. But you all know him. Produces content daily. I can't even watch it all. I try to watch it all, but I can't. He just does it all the time. But it's a good friend. Is Mr. ThemeParkConductor. What is up, sir?
What's happening, fellas?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Starting to enjoy this summer heat that I'm feeling out here in Riverside County. I love it.
You love it? Yeah, we have some heat here too, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I think.
Thank God.
Yep. I don't know. I was picking up on sarcasm. You know what happens.
All right, John's already here. Let's go. All right, John, we will try to let it go for you. Of course, for those of us watching tonight, my name's Mark. I'm one of the co-hosts here of the Leave It podcast and the LTP Lounge. Sitting to the left of me is Udi, the Trevor of Puppets himself. What's up?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. And below us is my favorite Caniac down there. It is Mr. ThemeParkConductor. What is up, Conductor?
Not much. I'm very excited to talk about this topic tonight because I actually have a video premiering right now on my channel because I did a video with George earlier today about this. I'm very excited to talk about this because literally we're only, what was it, 6 o'clock our time, and we literally just got this news probably around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and people started posting on social media like crazy. And there's a lot of valid points, so I can't wait to talk about it with you guys.
Oh, hold on. What is the actual news that posted? I didn't see it. I was at work.
Well, it's talking about, Avatar and how Disney's kind of like fumbling the ball here.
Oh, gotcha.
And we're only about 4 months and 1 week away from the parks panel at the Honda Center, where Judgment Day is going to happen. Either they're going to talk about Avatar and give us more detail, or it's going to go the way of the wind. So who knows?
Who knows? And Conductor, you are just like all over the place, busy putting out content. So thank you so much for spending an hour with us this evening.
Absolutely, anytime.
I love it. That means a lot to us. So yeah, I think last week. So I follow Jim Scholl on YouTube, and his video came out, and I passed it on to the people in the LTP about. And Udi didn't watch it, I assume, because Udi's too busy. But he said, "I told you," because
no. But I saw the headline, and I just kind of went like, "What I've been saying."
Well, Udi's been saying this for a while. I've been saying that I think they're going to do it, but now, so when someone like Jim Scholl says, "Hey, we're not going to," they might be changing their mind, or at least it could be possible. Then I think it has some traction. And then I saw that OG55 and Conductor talked about it. I go, well, we got to talk about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And what makes it interesting is part of the breaking news today. Another viable source that dropped. A long article. I kind of covered a little bit on my channel today with George.
Okay.
From Hollow Gelato. I didn't read it all because it was a long article, but it was from the Wrap. And the Wrap is another viable source, just like KTLA 5 is another viable source. So we have those two sources. We have Jim Scholl, which is a former Disney Imagineer. we have all these content creators that literally have been on social media for years that are trusted by Disney, because a lot of these content creators are invited to the media for media previews at the parks, and they're all saying almost the exact same thing, that basically Disney at this point kind of does not know what to do with Avatar. That's why we haven't heard anything new in 3.5 years since it was announced. And again, I'm all wanting Avatar to come to the Disneyland Resort, but I have to put my foot down and I have to say the Hollywood backlot is not the best place to put that. It's not, because one of the things I noticed when I was in Animal Kingdom was the fact that you're walking in Animal Kingdom and there's such a big transition point where you walk through before you even get to
Yeah.
Avatar. And if Disney wants to cram it in the Hollywood backlot, even using some of the bus load and unload area, it's not going to give it enough room to have that transition point unless you take away from the land to build that transition point. And when you start doing that and you start sacrificing the land to build a transition point, then obviously you have to put your foot down and say, no, 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 no. This is obviously not the right spot. It needs to go somewhere else. Now, I'm not opposed to it coming to the Disneyland Resort. I just think it would be better fitted to go into the Simba parking lot where they have enough room. And actually, Hollow Gelato, and I'm surprised he did this during our video today. He actually mapped it out. That whole Simba parking lot is like 400 plus acres, and you're talking about a land that is in Animal Kingdom that's only 12. So explain to me how putting Avatar in the Simba parking lot would be a horrible idea, when actually you can make it bigger and you can have it where you can have a great transition point if you're inclined to
Yeah.
build it.
Well, good point. I mean, and you finished with the point that I was going to make. Why? Why? I mean, that's my question. I always say the same thing. The three most powerful words of the English language are yes, no, and why. So the question is, are you going to build it? No. Or if we are going to build it, why would you build it? Right?
Yeah.
So there is no why to build it. And I've been saying for a while, this was a Bob Iger initiative. He operated in the same thing. It's not like we're clairvoyant. It's not like we're some weird people like, connected to some deeper power. In fact, that we're literally just watching a person for years now and what he's done well over a decade of how he operated when it came to IPs, when it came to the parks, and when he came to expansion. It was the same thing. It was guided by one thing. Everything that he went for the most part, I mean, we're talking probably in the high 90%, was, hey, is it making a lot of money right now? Yeah, nothing wrong with the mentality, but understanding that when it goes to other parks, we can all make the argument that that's a fine and dandy way of looking at it. But when we come back to the heart, it's a different thing altogether. And I think most Disney hardcore enthusiasts, I'll get to it. And I will get to it as to why that's a much better why than anything that Avatar could be. But anyway, but that's where I'm going. It's like, so here, when we come here, the demand for what we get out of there, because of many reasons, two of the main ones is just because of the hardcore loyalty that the fan base has for Disneyland Resort and Disneyland proper, and the space. Those are two huge contributing factors. So, when it comes to Avatar, you said it already, Conductor, and we've been saying it for a while. A lot of people have been saying it for a while. It doesn't fit. It won't fit. It can't fit. And if you do, you shoehorn it in, it's going to feel that way. Transitions are going to be harsh. It's going to feel small. You're going to be in a shoebox. Is it going to be yet another water ride? And then when you're already adding Coco, so you put all those things together, it's like it didn't make sense.
But Udi, you know why they add water rides, right?
Why?
Because those are massive people eaters.
No, I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. And I figured that's what you're saying. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to assume. So, but we don't need another one. There, that would be the third.
Oh,
one.
I want it.
Well, no, but that would be the third one in DCA.
Yes.
Yeah. 2, and then how many are in Disneyland proper?
Like water rides?
1, 2,
3.
3.
Yeah.
3. So
4.
Why would we add another ride? Why? Okay.
4.
What would we add in the 4? 4. Why would we add another one?
So, Remy D.
No, 100%.
What's up?
What's up?
Good to see Remy D. No, you make a valid point. You really do, because whether it's water rides or you have attractions like Rise of the Resistance, definite people eaters for sure. My issue is, and actually John Make It Rain made a great comment. He said you still have to hide the monorail and make it fit with the scale of whatever they put there.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to put Zootopia in there, especially if they base it off the first Zootopia, because it's based in the metropolitan city. And I actually pulled up, and it's part of my thumbnail, believe it or not, for the video I did earlier, where Jim Shaw himself, literally Jim Shaw himself, he took like almost like a sticker and he plopped it on the Hollywood backlot, like aerial view. And when you look at it, it fits perfect. And there's even room on both sides of the land to put a second dark ride attraction. So that would make us different already from Shanghai's Zootopia, because we would have 2 rides. On top of that, if they really honestly wanted to, they have 2 options. Because either way, it may or may not work out. They could keep the Hyperion and put some type of Zootopia show in there, or they can build, or actually 3 options, or they could build another building, a smaller building, where they can have a Zootopia show inside the land. Or the third option is they can retrofit Philhar Magic to be Zootopia and actually bring the show from Animal Kingdom over here and justify removing it from the Tree of Life over there, since a lot of people don't like it in that location. So why not just bring it to DCA and incorporate it into the land?
Great points.
Yeah, those are all great points, because so the question was, why bring Zootopia? Okay, so I just want to hit that real quick. I'm going to go here because let's look at one of the 2 main reasons, the way I see why you would bring Zootopia over Avatar. One, and I keep on going back to it, this has been my whole argument from the word go, that when Bobby said something about Avatar, he referenced it over. Anytime it came up, it went with, it's $100 billion in the box office, blah, blah. He kept on quoting box office numbers, right? Over and over and nauseum. And I go, okay, fine, great. How many people, and I'm going to ask the question again because I've asked it and no one gives me a good answer, or they all answer basically the same way. How many people really are into Avatar? Where are all the Na'vi fans? Where are all the Jake Sully fans? I mean, that's the only character. And where is the groundswell of fandom, a hardcore base for Avatar? I haven't seen it. Now, you can make the same argument a little bit with Zootopia, right? Sure. Is there a hardcore? Is it Frozen? No. Is it one of the bigger ones, the classic? No. But here's another reason why. One, it's easier to fit that in. It's much easier to put that whole area and make it Zootopia. I mean, you just gave some great examples, Conductor. The other main one, that a way I look at is, who owns Zootopia? Who has the rights to Zootopia?
Is it Disney?
It's Disney. Who owns Avatar?
James Cameron.
Exactly. So anything they do, they're going to have to run it through him. If they bring in Zootopia in-house, they don't got to worry about this, that, the other thing. That's their IP. They can do it and not have to worry about this, that, or the other thing.
Exactly, and they don't have to have a middleman.
Right.
They could just go direct.
Right.
So that's smart, and it's brilliant. It's just, for me, again, I don't want to sound like I don't want Avatar to come to the Disneyland Resort. I don't want it in the Hollywood backlot because do you guys remember before Avengers Campus came, we had Bugs Land. You guys, okay. Yeah, so you know how small that was. That right there is like literally the prime example for me, or if one of many examples of small lands, even like Toontown, where I would feel Avatar would be like, instead of being like, oh wow, I walked into this immersive forest and oh my gosh, look at the rock work, look at all this stuff, and who knows, because we would, if we have Avatar in the Simba parking lot, I'm just saying, if we have it in the Simba parking lot, bigger footprint, ability to see Avatar at night, which Animal Kingdom doesn't have that ability because of limitations. On top of that, we could have walk around characters as well, which Animal Kingdom doesn't have, at least right now. So again, this justification to try to ram it into the Hollywood backlot is just not making sense to me. Because quite frankly, I'm going to be honest with you, fellas. You know, if they do it and they try to hide the monorail with this rock work, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know if it's aesthetically going to look pleasing to me.
No,
I really do not, because you're trying to hide something that technically shouldn't be there in the first place.
Right.
And then to your point about if they set it in Zootopia, then you don't have to do anything with the monorail.
Well, this is why I brought up this. I brought up this picture from Disney Parks blog. And when I see this picture, I'm thinking, oh, this is exactly the view I would want to see coming into Hollywood Studios. I mean, it's like the footprint almost fits it, and you could absolutely hide the monorail back there
if you wanted to. But that's what I'm saying. You don't have to. You wouldn't have to.
But they already have. Yeah, you wouldn't have to. They already have like the blueprint for this, and they could probably keep Monsters Inc. show building there, couldn't they? And put something in there.
Yeah,
they could.
I'm
not sure.
I wouldn't want them to be fair.
No, I wouldn't either. Yeah. And actually, Remy D makes a valid point.
Oh yeah.
You know, I would be happy. He said, "Would you guys be happy with the Zootopia ride they have in Shanghai, or would you feel disappointed if they cloned it?" I'm going to say I'm going to be ashamed if they clone it, because they have a perfect opportunity now that they could still make the same ride system, but tell a different aspect of that movie in a different scene, and it didn't have to be verbatim, and it could be different.
Yes.
I completely agree. I completely agree with that, because I mean, I think we commented before that Disney different parks do not need to have clones. That's why, I mean, Batu East and West was one of the stupidest things ever.
Oh, dude, I saw it.
One of the dumbest. No, but
losing my mind.
But even if they could have. Anyway, no, we don't want clones. It makes no sense to make a clone. They try to make every resort and every park be its own destination. Why would you do that and go like, well, I can ride this over here?
Right, absolutely.
So it takes away from its individualism, and so it makes it more just boring and waters everything down. So yes, I would be 100% disappointed. Again, I agree with you 100%, Conductor. The ride system's fine.
Okay, so John Make It Rain says it gets hot in DCA. Having a nice lush Avatar land with trees and water would be lovely. I don't disagree, but and I don't know enough to answer this question, but is there like a forest water component to the Zootopia movies?
That I'm not.
Not really. Neither one.
No.
There's parts where they go through water, but not like a full component. Because I mean, if you're familiar with Zootopia, it's different.
I can't say that I've actually seen it.
Mark, you need to see both of them. They're both good movies. They're both good. They're both good.
Sorry.
They are. So I think the closest we see water in Zootopia is from Zootopia 2.
Yeah.
I didn't really see it that much in one.
Correct.
So if they make the land, if they build the land based off the original Zootopia, but kind of sprinkle in scenes and aesthetics from the second one, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, no, because I mean, again, And going back to why Zootopia is a better thing, because I also think it's more child friendly. I really do. I really think it has something. I mean, we have I going back to Bugs Land, right? As fun as that was, that little land, it was also, we all understood it was pretty child heavy. I mean, you could say the same thing about Cars Land, but it's a little different, I would argue. Right? But if you do that, that's going to be very child heavy. That's going to be, a lot of kids are going to be with that. I mean, the bunny, the fox. I mean, there's animals you could do. Sure. Sloth. I mean, honestly, I would lose my issue if I saw the sloth, because I'd be laughing the entire time. That's another thing for it. Like I said, that's another thing for it in its favor, that I think just elevates it for the space to be that versus Avatar.
Jason says, by the way, our Avatar is also 20th Century Fox, which Disney owns now, Udi.
Go ahead, conductor.
No, I was going to say no. Signs of Amusement, he's absolutely right on that. But regardless, James Cameron has the final say, regardless, because it's his franchise. He owns it regardless. It's the same thing that Universal fought J.K. Rowling on. I can't tell you how many times I read articles and online posts and stuff when they were building I think it was Hogwarts out here in Hollywood, or it might be vice versa. I can't remember. But one of the Hogsmeade lands, or Hogwarts lands, they were building. You know, they were starting to build it. Everything was doing good, and then J.K. Rowling showed up on site, and one day she started walking around, said, "Nope, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this." Man. And actually forced Universal to rip out certain sections they just built and redid them the way she wanted. So I would imagine James Cameron would be the same way with Avatar.
That pissed me off.
Well,
that's why I'm saying it needs to go into the Simba parking lot. That way they can avoid those mistakes as much as humanly possible, because I can guarantee you Disney and James Cameron are going to butt heads if they decide to cram it in the Hollywood backlot because of space limitations. I'm telling you now.
And this is James Cameron's, from everything I've understood and read, this is his baby. Like, this is his thing. And so it would be like, you know, imagine if they had tried to do a Star Wars thing, a full thing, before they bought it, and how that would have been. Geez. Yeah, that would have been interesting, right? Can you imagine George Lucas going, "So you want to make two of these identical? No, that's stupid.
It's stupid." So just to
land, no, that's stupid.
So just to be clear, conductor, you do want Avatar land, but you want it to be over in the Simba parking lot where it can actually grow and not grow, but just have room to build out, exactly like a well-themed area. To breathe. A well-themed area. Yeah. And you'd be okay with Zootopia coming into Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yes, because the reason why, and I want to clarify some because we kind of covered it on my channel earlier today, was Boardwalk Times actually posted on X, and he made a controversial comment. I didn't think it was controversial, but maybe a lot of other people did. And he said something along the lines of, you know, Avatar, it would take a lot more work. They would have to build water preservation tanks and all sorts of infrastructure and nonsense. Meanwhile, Zootopia is a quick win, and it still represents Disney in a way that caters to everybody. It doesn't just cater to one age group; it caters to all in a certain aspect. So you know, because the problem is with Avatar. Think about this, because this is how the line of events goes. Monsters, My Consolidated Rescue was supposed to be closed by now, and the building was supposed to be level to the ground by now. So it should have been a vacant lot at this point, and it's not. And they delayed it a year, so now it's not closing until 27. Okay, and George was at a D23 event a couple months back where Tom Thomas was still the president of Disneyland and told media, told people at the D23 event, no, Avatar is still on track. It's still happening. We're working hard on it. It's like, well, that's great. You say that, and it kind of benefits you guys, even though it doesn't benefit us, because you never gave us an opening time frame when Avatar is going to be built, done, completed, and opened. So you can sit there and say that all freaking day long, and no one can say nothing against it because you didn't give us an opening timeline. But think about it. You close Monsters next year. Okay. Then you have to strip the building because I'm sure Disney's gonna wanna save some of the animatronics, some of the show elements. So that's gonna take a couple month progress. Then you have to file permits for demo. Then you have to go through all this crazy nonsense. So you're talking probably another 6 months to a year before they have that whole land leveled to the ground. Okay. And then after that, then you have to start. So they probably wouldn't have Avatar done. I'm being serious. They probably wouldn't have Avatar done until 2031 to be realistic. And right then and there, I'm going to be honest with you, is not a great timeline because if you think about it, 2031, we're probably going to have two things going for us. Lion King attraction, possibly, not guaranteed, but possibly will be open in Disneyland Paris. And the Magic Kingdom will be celebrating its 60th anniversary, the Diamond Celebration, which, if both of you remember, at Disneyland was humongous. It was a humongous celebration. So you can only imagine what Magic Kingdom's going to do. If they even do a fraction of that, everyone's going to be focused on Magic Kingdom. They're not going to focus on Avatar. Hell no. No way. Sorry.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right, dude. You're right.
Yeah, no, you're right. And then, so I don't know why that tweet would have been, or that X post. I always call them tweets. I can't change that. Why that would be controversial? No, that is a spot on take. I mean, spot on take. I mean, there is, again, as I bet you, like, I mean, we're gonna have this is gonna be an ongoing conversation in the community now for a good time. And I bet you, as we move forward, more and more people are gonna start mold this around. Whether or not you sit on the fence of I want Avatar, I don't. I'm gonna go right here. I could care less. If it comes, good. If it doesn't come, good. I don't care. I'm not into it.
No, but the thing is, you don't have to be into it, and I'm not into it whatsoever, as you know. But when I got to experience Avatar Land, or sorry, Pandora at Animal Kingdom, I was like, this is pretty damn cool. This is really cool. Even though I've got no associated ties to any of it.
Right. But again, my point is back to this, is like, in Animal Kingdom, from what I've seen, I understand it fits great. So it's all melded and beautiful. So
yes,
it heightens what you already have. This wouldn't be that. This would not be that at all. It wouldn't be anywhere near that. It'd be just carved into the ground and be like, hey, this is cool now, I guess. That's what I guess.
Well, see, it's interesting you say that, Udi, because me and George were actually talking as well. We're all like, okay, well, if they don't give us any information, and I know John and so many others that watch my channel really want Avatar to come, and more power to you if it happens. But the problem I see is they've had 3.5 years to at least start showing us construction, and they have not. And that's a problem. And then if you look even past that, you had 4.5, almost 5 years that the Eastern Gateway project was announced, and they haven't even put a shovel in the ground. Then you look at Downtown Disney with that barbecue restaurant and the steak restaurant. Still nothing's happening. So again, Disney, Josh Tomorrow or Thomas Maslum can get on stage this August at the Honda Center, stand in front of 30,000 fans and say, yep, we're building this. But fans are going to look at him and laugh at him and Disney and say, you guys are full of crap. We want to see action. We don't want to hear words. We want to see action. If you guys are going to charge us 2 arms and a leg to go to your park and you're going to give us nothing new, how are we supposed to believe you? Come on.
So this is just turning into, sadly, Well, are we missing any comments? I'd rather go those.
Yes, we have. There's no quite a few comments here.
Yeah, can we back up? I want to make sure we're hitting those. I don't want to go.
Yeah, just give.
Sure.
Yeah, so hold on. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, get back to where it goes. So let's address them. I don't want to leave the guy.
Okay. Let's go back here. This is sorry. We're gonna go back a little bit, guys. Having Avatar there would allow them to have an X-Men area and other things too. I think he's talking about if
the Hyperion, possibly.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Also, you can have so many cool interactions with the plants and animals from Avatar during both the day and night too. I don't disagree with that. I think that's a great point.
Those are all good points to bring it over here. I don't disagree.
Not in the Shanghai. I'm not sure what that was about. Okay, and then Remy D said, I would like the amphibious ride system that has both coaster and boat sections. For the boat section, you could ride on top of the walrus like Zootopia 2. Yeah, that amphibious ride system, Remy D, is that the one that's at Dollywood or coming to Dollywood? Because that thing looks incredible. It's like,
I think
holy smokes, that thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I'm on TV Avatar, but I think he might mean team. But I think some residues may. I think I'm on TV Avatar, but I think some.
Residuals.
Oh, residuals. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. He says Team Avatar. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Jason said they tried several times to do a Star Wars land before they bought it, even one called Lucasport. That is correct.
Yep.
Well, a new Tomorrowland. Okay.
I think to be honest with you on that comment before you read any more, Tomorrowland, I'm going to predict right now 2028 or 2030 that will be announced at D23. I can almost promise you that because 2028 will start the second half of the $60 billion that Disney promised to invest in their parks.
Okay, well that's
the 10-year plan.
He has a rebuttal, I bet.
Not necessarily rebuttal.
Okay.
But a thought process. I love that idea. And conductor, please, for everything that is holy, I hope you're correct.
Yes.
I hope so.
The kid in me and everything in my please. But my worry now is that commitment was all done under Bobby. I'm not saying Josh is going to change anything, but I have like a sense that right now we can't necessarily rely on what happened back then. Because so I'm not out there saying that Disney isn't going to fall through. I'm not saying that at all. But it just makes me pause for a second and go, okay, what I hope is that it's not another half of 60 billion. It's 60 billion, the half of 60 billion with another 30 billion coming. What I'm hoping is that he goes, let's jack that up, which would be fantastic. So that's my only thing. I hope you're right. And the internet is forever, so it's going to be out there. So we have a couple years, and we'll be coming back to it. But I hope you're right.
Yeah, I hope you're right too.
My optimistic side agrees with you 100%. Like my optimism goes, dude. Yes, it makes somewhat sense. It makes somewhat sense with the money and everything. But my heart can't take another one. My heart
No. I am going to tell you this though. I do find it interesting because think about this. Because also some news dropped today as well. Again from Boardwalk Times and other sources that Tokyo, Japan's looking at for their Disney park a third gate, and that would include Marvel, Avatar, Star Wars. And I think one other IP that I can't think of on the top of my head, and it's funny because now that Thomas Maslum, the former Disneyland president, is now in Josh's role, and we actually got a female president that used to oversee the international theme parks like Tokyo, like Shanghai, like all these other ones, Paris, all that stuff. Is that why we're having issues trying to get Avatar? Could that lead to some? Because now she wants to push getting Zootopia, getting maybe that third Tron that we ordered from the manufacturer to go into Tomorrowland. Could it be Arendelle? Could it be because that's another thing that broke news the other day, that they said, Disneyland officials said that we are going to get the Olaf walk around animatronics somewhere at
I
Disneyland.
saw that.
So why in the hell would they even consider bringing that if they don't mean possibly future Arendelle coming to the Disneyland Resort in the next 10 to 15 years?
Yeah.
And I will go here, and I've said it before, even though I'm not a fan of the F word, I also realize how fundamental, how deep that fan base goes.
Yes.
To me, that one is a no-brainer from top to bottom, and I don't know why they haven't figured out a way to bring that into Disneyland proper yet. I don't know. I think you're onto something with that, conductor. I think you're onto something, because now with the removal of Bobby, and then everybody moves up, right? So then everybody's going to have a certain degree of like, well, okay, what am I going to do?
Sorry, this is for one of the comments.
No, you're good. You're good. I like that, Olaf Walkenfall.
Yeah. So
that's an interesting name. I like that.
That's actually
so Eric posted, hey guys, not to change the subject, but I want to support the show. Thank you very much for that. But I can't find you on Patreon. Can you help me? I look forward to the show every other week. Thanks, friends. Yeah, so I'm going to post our QR code for our Patreon.
Yeah, we don't want to see conductor.
Oh,
no, that's all right.
I'm not.
Actually, you're very important. But it's on LeavingTodayPodcast.com, and go to support. Hope that helps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. So because this is.
Let me
go ahead
real quick, and then let me move on. I think you're onto something, because I think now my question then becomes, how much of the push for Avatar was Bobby, and how everybody's just like, well, he's the boss, so we're going to go with it. We're being told, and we follow orders. I mean, we get them all the time. There are plenty of times that I'm looking at my boss going, are you for real? You want me to do what? And you go do it because you have to. I'm curious now. This is the thing. This is why, with him being gone now, all these things that we've been talking about for a while now, I think there's a good reason to kind of pause for a second and take a breath. And so you brought up about action. We want to see action. We want to see action, right?
Yes. Show me, don't tell me.
Correct. So here's what I want to say about that. I would say that maybe their inaction is the action that we're seeing. That's the action in itself. The fact that they're not moving, they're not doing this, the fact that they delayed the closing of Monsters, all those things seem kind of like non-action, but I think that's the tell. I think that's what I'm saying. We don't know what we're going to do. In fact, we're probably going to scrap that, and we have to come up with a new idea.
Yeah, because one thing, and John Make It Rain actually puts up an interesting comment. He says, no Frozen, please no. Just bring Olaf over to by the Matterhorn and call it a day. That's too much space to dedicate to an area that will only have one ride, which has been repeated 5 times, which makes sense. But then again, Disney can change that ride system. They choose not to, but they can. And the thing is, the perfect spot for Arendelle, I think, if they're going to build it, I'm sorry to say this for anyone that is a fan of it, get rid of Autopia, get rid of the lagoon. Well, keep the lagoon in some aspect, but build it in that spaghetti bowl of an area back in the back corner over there, and it would be a great thing. The reason why, because you got the Matterhorn right there, but the problem with the Matterhorn is, for years now, it goes under refurbishment for a very long time, because they're basically putting band-aids on a structure that year by year is becoming more and more unsound and unsafe, and they keep putting band-aids on it. At some point, they want to tear that to the ground and rebuild it exactly how it is, but actually structurally sound compared to its self right now, which is, old infrastructure that's barely holding together with basically band-aids and duct tape. You know what I mean? It's just not feasible. But they could build Arendelle in that spot. And we've seen it before. Disney likes to tease IP because you have this Olaf animatronic coming. You had the Fantastic Four in Tomorrowland, and everyone's all like, "Oh wow, are we going to get a Fantastic Four Tomorrowland? Whoa, this is amazing." Didn't work out, but they were still beta testing it. Then you have Zootopia, which is funny. They're having it in the Hollywood backlot where now all this discussion is all over the place, all over social
Yeah.
media and online saying, ooh, Zootopia might go in the Hollywood backlot right where the characters are meeting. It's just like there's a reason behind the madness.
Well,
See,
You know,
Seth brings up a point, or something small between Small World and Nemo. And hey, Seth, how's it going?
Hey, Seth.
Hey, Seth.
So what do you guys think about that area?
I would be okay with it. I am not a fan of anything to the lagoon. I'm just not. I would not be the camper.
Conductor said to save the lagoon.
Well, I know, but modify. I mean, if you modify it, I guess. But then the part of the lagoon is goes hand in hand with the submarines. So
yeah, you would have to get rid of the submarines. But the thing is, you could still use part, not all of it, but part of the lagoon for Arendelle.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's a great point or a great place to put Arendelle because you already have water there. So it would be easy to fit Arendelle in that location because you have water. Because when you look at both Arendelle's at Paris and was it Tokyo that has it? Yeah, Tokyo. They both have water surrounding each of the lands, so you already have a slam dunk there. And I think John Make It Rain said something earlier about, well, if you put Avatar in the Simba parking lot, there's no water. Well, they can easily change that. That's fine. But so they rip up some streets a little bit and make it kind of inconvenient for drivers for a little while and run water lines across the street. Come on, you're talking about child's play here. Come on. Engineers and stuff can do that in their, they do that all day long.
Well, speaking of engineering, Conductor, what about in your proposed spot for Arendelle? What about all the monorail track that meanders back there?
See, that's the only bad part. So the only other option, I would say, if they don't want to fight the monorail, and that's the only bad part about the monorail, it kind of intertwines itself in areas that shouldn't. It makes it kind of inconvenient.
Yes.
The only other spot you could put it is in the Lilo and Stitch parking lot, which a friend of my channel, Hey Bricky, actually did a video a while back, and he literally plopped down a version of Arendelle. It was the one from Tokyo, because obviously Paris wasn't built yet or even close to being open yet. And he plopped it in the Lilo and Stitch parking lot, and it fit absolutely 100% perfect.
Yep.
I'd be down with that.
I wouldn't argue that.
Let's catch up with some of the things here. And this goes back. Gare Bear, sorry. We got that here. Does Disney leadership and Imagineering used to have such a strong, focused vision? What is the reason they seem to have such a problem with a lack of clear vision, focus, and artistic ambition?
God, that's a hard one, because I kind of feel with Josh new at the helm, the board, because everyone has to look at it this way. Josh, even though he is the CEO and whatnot, he can't just go into a theme park and tell Imagineers, oh, build this. He can't really do that to a point. He has to approach the board and say, hey, we need a budget for this project. This is why, this is the benefits. It's almost like, if you're, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. If you're a lawyer, right, and you want someone to hire you to represent them, you have to give them reasons why over 20 other lawyers would you be the best fit to represent them, to represent their interests and all that stuff. You have to go down a laundry list of stuff. It's the same thing with Tomorrow. He, like I said, he can't just go into Disneyland and say, "Yep, we're gonna bring the bulldozers and start demoing Tomorrowland tomorrow." That's not, no, because he has to get approval by the board. And I think right now, as it sits, since Iger is technically still with the company, I think Tomorrow's on a short leash, and I don't think it's just Iger, keeping a close eye on him. I think it's the board, because the board really kind of makes a unanimous decision on a lot of projects. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that; they don't believe it, but it's almost certainly true. That's why things get annexed, because we saw in that New York Times article, a while back, that Imagineering had a great plan to revitalize Tomorrowland, and to the board they said nope, gone.
Yep.
So
well, you're right with that, and I think up to currently this is where we're sitting. But I kind of think what Gare Bear is kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, Gare, but I read that like you're talking about, this has been going on for a while, and it has, because and the way that I've been kind of processing that in my head, because we were talking about it earlier, how Disney announces and doesn't move, does this and doesn't move, and doesn't move, and doesn't move. And we're kind of like what, like I've been making the analogy like crazy now. It's the Homer Simpson backing in the hedge. What I've really come up with, like Avatar Land, now they're backing in the hedge. So what I have always kind of surmised is that the problem why there feels to be a lack of vision and direction is because there is no vision and direction, because the only direction that I feel like they've been choosing is money.
Yes.
And interest shifts. What people are into today can shift tomorrow. Now, when you're going to be building things into Disneyland or any of the parks, that doesn't work. It's a 3, 4, 5 year lookout going out, right? So you can't do that, because it's like again, this is why, and the proof that I'm going to keep on bringing up, because I think it's valid, is how Bobby spoke about Avatar. Anytime Avatar comes, it was about the money and how much money it brought in, and money. Before that, it wasn't always about the money. It was about the experience. It was about it's connecting. So
it's about the storytelling, right?
Correct. So when you have Walt, when he created it, that's what it was about. So it was a singular vision. It's about the storytelling. It's about creating this environment, this experience. The money was secondary. It was like, hey, you build it, they will come, right? That's what it is. Sure. This is not what they've been. And that has been a direct direction of Bob Iger, flat out. If you want to look, if you want to look at the loss of vision,
sure,
right there.
It's funny you mentioned that, Udi, because that article me and George read today on the video, something interesting that Cameron was mentioning in that article. And again, I didn't read all of it because it was a long article, and I didn't want it to drag on. But parts of it that I read stated that with this Avatar land that they want to bring to the Hollywood backlot at DCA would obviously be, have vision and creativity from the first 3 films, but it would also introduce new scenes from the 4th and the 5th one. And part of that article, I'm just going to go out and say it, part of that article stated that Cameron can't even confirm there is going to be a 4th and 5th movie. He can't even confirm that. He's dealing with right now on the 4th one, because it was stated in the article 22 minutes so far has been filmed for Avatar 4. But the problem he's running into is there's not enough profit with the movie when it comes out, because the movie is so expensive to make. So he's trying to fight a uphill battle by trying to lessen the amount of money spent during production to make a profit. So there's no guarantee a 4th and 5th movie is going to come out, and Disney is sitting there, screaming to the high heavens, oh yeah, well, our Avatar new destination is going to be based off the first 5 films. Well, that's great if you want to base it off the first 3. Well, technically 2, because Fire and Ash didn't do the way it should have. So basically, you got 2 films you could base it off of. Fire and Ash is kind of like a hit and a miss, and 4 and 5 haven't even been made yet. And you're sitting there telling fans and all this stuff, hey, look at us. We're gonna be basing it off the 5 films. And Cameron's saying, no, because the 4th and 5th one I haven't even barely started yet. On top of that, you have Iger, who initially announced this during an earnings call 3.5 years ago, and correct me if I'm wrong, he put Disney in a very, very bad spot by opening his mouth when he probably should have not said something. And
you're totally right.
Yep.
On that, I cannot disagree at all with anything you said there.
Just so you know, the whole time you were talking, I was inside going preach there.
Preach. Yeah.
Do you have any comments? I just want to make sure we're keeping up.
So Remy D did comment. Well, actually, Seth said, "I'd rather have Tangled than Frozen." Okay, well,
I'm with you on that one, 100%.
And then he said,
Tangled.
Yep. Conductor, I think you're right. Tokyo Space Mountain will be done 2027, 2028 D23. We'll see Tomorrowland news for the States.
And I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
And after experiencing Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom, it needs a little bit of help, but not as much help as ours here at Disneyland at Walt's original Magic Kingdom. I'm sorry. They have the People Mover, they have Autopia, they have Buzz Lightyear, they have Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, they have the freaking Carousel of Progress, they have Autopia, they have all this stuff they can do. Tron. So don't be preaching to me, oh yeah, our Tomorrowland needs help.
No.
Personally, if I was rich, I would buy you a one-way ticket to come to our Tomorrowland, and I'll stand right in front of you, and you tell me that Magic Kingdom needs help, and then maybe I'll tell you you're crazy and walk away.
There you go. Okay, a couple of comments here. They need to stop. There's some Seth. They need to stop trying to make lands in Disney about stuff that was not from the source material. Look at Galaxy's Edge.
He's not wrong.
Yep, thank you.
Good job, Seth.
Yep.
And Jason coming in. Well, maybe James needs to stop copying the first Avatar and make a decent sequel.
Oh, ouch.
Well, you're right, Jason.
Oh, no. Jay, you're right, man. Hey, Seth, we're going to be in the park. I don't know if you caught that, Seth. If you just caught that. Mark and I are in the park.
Seth? What?
Yeah. I'm telling Seth that if he hasn't heard, you and me are going to be in the park on the 14th and 15th of May.
Oh, yeah. We are going to, well, since we just said that, we will be at the parks on May 14th and 15th. And I think the 15th, hopefully we get to hang out with Mr. Conductor himself. Hopefully. I'm looking forward to that for sure.
That should be fun.
And someone comment about, I think John Make-A-Rain said that the chat has been really active tonight, and he's correct. And so I very appreciate everyone that is adding to this. Okay,
it's a good
Jason,
topic, man. This is
it's a great topic.
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom needs help with their shitty train where there's nothing to look at. Oh, train. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get to experience that, so I'm gonna have to check that out. I know they did some reworking when they built Tron, but now it's kind of like only a half experience because they don't even go to Frontierland. So I'm kind of glad I didn't ride it because it probably wouldn't have ruined the experience for me. So I'll just wait.
And then the other topic we have about 6 minutes left in the show, but you talked about Downtown Disney, Conductor, about you're frustrated with like Arthur and Sons, it's just being leveled and there's nothing going on. And I think your friend Bricky did a show on Downtown Disney this past week as well about some of the shops that aren't even opened yet. The one that's going to go right next to the Earl's Sandwich, that's kind of wedged in the corner there. Nobody's going to want to like rent that space out.
no, it's something. Even Bricky said it in his video. It has to be a store that's eye catching. Because if it's not, people will pass right by it. Because the main focal point is going to be the Avengers
Yeah.
store. I don't even think Nectar Life is really that great unless you're in the Bath Beats. I've never tried them, but and then the main event seriously is either going to be Din Tai Fung or it's going to be the Carnaby by Gordon Ramsay, which I'm excited for because I love Gordon
I'm
Ramsay.
excited for that too. Any idea when that's going to open?
So I'm hearing, and again, it's just rumors, but I'm hearing by this winter, either both locations, Earl Sandwich and the Carnaby, are going to be open, or at least one or the other is going to be open. But I would assume both of them are going to be open at the same time. And I'm actually just keeping my ears to the ground, trying to figure out an opening date so I can request that day off because I will be there. I kid you not, at the crack of dawn to hopefully meet Gordon Ramsay himself. I'm hoping he's going to be there because me and him, like Udi was just kind of like ducking like this when I was, going on my rant. Me and him like to rant about, things that we're passionate about.
Yeah.
So me and him like are tight like this. So
I know. With that.
just saying.
And I hope you're able to do that, Conductor. That would be awesome for you.
That would be awesome. Now again, when it comes to downtown Disney, right now downtown Disney is kind of like in a crisis mode because you have multiple generations of identity issues. You have the old school downtown Disney mixed with the new school, kind of mixed in with the middle child. So you kind of have like three different versions of downtown Disney, and it's like, what in God's name are we looking at here? Because I'll tell you something, Mark. When I went to Disney Springs, I don't know if you got to experience it. Disney Springs was phenomenal.
Okay.
I'm like, I could spend like 2 or 3 days at Disney Springs exploring, trying the restaurants, trying the shops, the experiences, the whole.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to ask you if you got a chance to go to Disney Springs. We spent a couple of days there, and I called or texted Udi and said, "Dude, you're not going to believe how big Disney Springs is and how I guess Udi's had enough for tonight. Just how incredible it is and how much. I mean." Imagine if we had something like that down here. You would just meet your friends there and hang out. You don't even have to go to the park.
No, dude. I'm telling you now, it was such a wonderful experience, and we didn't even get to experience Gideon's. We didn't do Gideon's. There was several other things we wanted to do, didn't get to do, but that just entices us to go back and do go to Disney Springs again and experience it. But we ate at the Boathouse. Boathouse was incredible. I loved it. The Coke shop, the Coca-Cola shop, amazing. I will tell you the World of Disney store, that was trippy because that thing was massive. I'm like, oh my God, it was huge.
So I mean, when people say that, I'm going to go to Disney World or whatever, what I've been telling them now is like allow like one day either at the beginning or the end or maybe in the middle just to vote it to Disney Springs. Do you agree with that or no?
I think so. I think Disney Springs. So a great way to put it. If you're going for 2 weeks, like I did, let's just get real. If you're going down there for 2 weeks, I would say allot Kate 2 days at Disney Springs. The reason why, because when you go to the theme parks out there, your adrenaline's pumping because you want to see everything you can because some of it's new to you, some of it's kind of different but the same in a way, but you still want to experience it after you experience the stuff we don't have back home. But Disney Springs kind of gives you that. It kind of levels your adrenaline rush out, where you're still excited to see stuff, But you're not at this level, you're at this level. So you're still having fun, but you're kind of in relaxed mode. You don't feel like you have to go run and dash and go do something or anything. There's so many things you can do. There's enough for everybody. Like I mean, the only thing I wish I would have done is Gideon's, but Gideon's, oh my god, I've never seen so many people run the
Yeah.
Gideon's and line up. It was ridiculous. So we didn't even
Yeah.
do it. But you had the World of Disney store, massive. You had the Rainforest Cafe, which they still have, massive. There was this big giant like kind of like oh my
Hot air
god,
balloon?
the
Oh,
Mark no, it's like the Mark Twain
yeah.
ship, but it's a restaurant. There's kind of like another interactive restaurant like Rainforest, but it's with
Yep. Yep.
dinosaurs. You have the art district where they have their own version of like um oh my god, Disneyana,
Oh, yeah.
where they have all this artwork with all the collectibles and
Yep.
stuff. Then you had like a discount store where it had merch from all over the place. Like, I mean, Run Disney, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Tokyo Disney, Shanghai Disney, Disneyland Paris. It had all sorts of merch in this one locate. There was just so much to do, but I didn't feel like I had to rush to everything. I felt like I could take my time, take a breather, and just go at my own pace.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's incredible. So when I look at Disney Springs compared to what we have at downtown Disney, it's somewhat laughable.
Oh yeah, it's like comparing. I'm trying to think of it. It's like comparing the Disneyland Castle, our Cinderella Castle, to the Magic Kingdom's castle.
Oh, yeah.
That's the comparison. It's like, okay, well, obviously you have this big, grand, humongous castle, and then you look at ours, and from a distance, it looks like I'm taller than the castle.
Yeah.
So,
True.
I'm just saying. So there's a humongous difference. Like, I mean, it literally took me an hour and a half just to walk Disney Springs. Down and walk that in 20 minutes. If that.
Yeah.
Flat.
Yeah. So I mean, it does bother me that, and I know you brought this up before, that they leveled Tortilla Joe's, and you've got nothing there to even replace it.
That's what I mean. It's just, I think that was a huge mistake because they could have still been getting money off that location if they kept it open, but they decided to get immature and close it early, and that was a big mistake. It's kind of like what we're seeing right now with the ESPN Zone building. They have Lululemon, but then they're only using 1/12 of that building, and they have other storefronts that are primed, ready to go, and they're not using them. It's like, okay, well, you spent all this money retrofitting that building to have all these little mini stores in it, and you're not doing anything with it. It's almost like a waste of money that you just threw at something you're gonna probably demolish in about 5 to 10 years.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, one factor that we can't forget is there a business willing to go in there? That's another aspect of it, because you have the market and you have to look at business and is it worth it? So there's going to be that, unless Disney's going to decide to take it and there's going to be another Disney shop, whatever. Okay. But there is that factor. There is a huge piece of that goes into it as well.
Sure.
So we can't forget that. But you're not wrong in the fact that, having a big open area it's just not good.
No.
Having all that flattened area just looks unseemly. So yeah, again, this is all the lack of vision, lack of just they seem scattershot.
Well, it's funny, Udi, because when you look at Parkside Market, great example, the coffee shop right outside Parkside Market, it already lost its tenant.
Sippin' Sonder or something.
Yeah,
right?
Sippin' Sonder. They already vacated that spot, and it's like, okay, well, you know what I mean? It's like there's miscommunication all over the place. It's the same thing for this, barbecue restaurant and Arthur's and Sons Steakhouse, they have to be paying a huge premium, including Porto's, a huge premium to have that land and that location, and they're slowly trickling on doing some. And I'm meaning Porto's. Porto's is finally moving after how long now? 3.5 years. It's like, hell, man,
Yeah.
you could build a row of houses in the new development faster in 3 years than you can building one little
Seen
multi-story
it,
bakery. It's like,
seen
what are
it,
we doing?
seen it accurate. I will tell you what, from breaking of ground to completion, that shouldn't have taken more than a year and a half.
You would think.
Well,
You would think.
it shouldn't have.
No.
It shouldn't have.
It's
I'm literally working on a multi-billion, multi-story, multi-building, sorry, and it is a multi-million-dollar project.
Sure.
And so I am now going to hit my 1 year of it being on that job in 2 months. So I'm at 9 to 10 months.
Wow.
That project was going about a year and a half before I got there. By the time we're out, it'll be about from breaking of ground, it will be a 4.5 to 5 year project from breaking of ground.
Wow.
Done. Out. One of the buildings,
That's great.
One of the buildings, the office building that's attached, we're under the gun for a month and a half to be completely finished 100% because tenants are moving in. So that's the way that goes. So again, that building, when I walked in late January, I walked by it and I just kind of looked over them all. Why? Like, why? And the same thing with Arthur and Son. So it makes me wonder about other things. There's always other factors that apply. Permitting,
Sure.
Could be engineering. I will tell you that engineering changes all the time. There could be a problem with wiring. There could be a problem with plumbing. There could be a problem with HVAC. There could be a problem with a lot of different things. So without knowing that kind of stuff, it's always like, but still, that being said, when they want to move, they can. I think without going too deep in the woods, whenever there's a problem in the construction, you ask for an RFI, which is a request for information. That's basically saying, hey, this isn't going to work. We need this correction. This is what we propose. This is what we need to do. What do you guys think? Send it up the chain, goes to the builder, architect, engineer, boom, final say by ownership, and then back down.
Yeah.
That could be 2, 3 week, 4 week process at most.
Yeah.
And if they want to push, it could be a 2 or 3 day process. So that's why I look at this kind of stuff and go like, I don't know why they're taking so long. It doesn't make any sense that they're taking so long. And the other outside, you remove all those factors, only one thing that comes to mind: funding, money.
Yeah, no, 100%. And one thing I will say is that if they don't have, if they have those issues, and Disney is notorious because I saw it all the way leading up to D23 in 2024. They love to leak information or post
They float
information.
trial balloons. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. They like to post online before the actual convention. So if they're having issues with these two locations, why not put a statement out and say, you know what, we're going to redevelop this area. Arthur and Sons and the barbecue restaurant aren't going to work out, but something new and exciting is going to come. Stay tuned for details. We'll announce it at this date or at D23. And that's what I kind of said about Zootopia going in the Hollywood backlot with all this chatter and everything else. I said, okay, well, the Disney media department, they can literally go out online and say, hey, you know what? Avatar is still going to come to the Disneyland Resort, but at a future time frame. It's not going to go in the Hollywood backlot, but we do have an IP that we are going to put in this area that is already, we mapped it out. It's good to go. Further details are going to be coming to you guys soon at D23. Look out for the notifications. If they said something like that, it's the simplest way to end a lot of the confusion and going back and forth and all this crazy stuff that for whatever reason Disney loves to do to their fans, or as I consider us, investors, bickering online like, oh, you took my lunch money, oh, you took this, or you did this, or you, it's like, oh my god, what we all 5 years old that we can't even, be adult on what the hell's going on here. I'm sitting there basically almost selling my kidney at this point to own a magic key, and you're telling me that you're going to play games with, oh well, we're still in early development with Avatar. That was 3.5 years ago. What happened to the project before that? The Eastern Gateway that was almost announced 5 years ago. And Udi, you're a construction guy. You're gonna tell me it takes 5 years to build a freaking park instructor? Give me a break. Come on, man. Especially when the Anaheim City Council
Yeah.
already gave Disney approval to build the damn thing almost 5 years ago, and we still haven't seen a shovel in the ground. It's like, what in the hell are we doing, man?
I'm going to go back to what I've been saying. Funding. A lot of people go, well, it's Disney. They got money. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think not nearly as much as they used to.
Well, they're also in debt.
Well, okay.
They are.
But like 40 billion with a B. Yeah.
When you begin to really parcel everything apart and really look at at what it is, I think that's what it is. I think they don't have the money. So this is the grand task. And I know a lot of people are like, what do you mean? Of course they have the money. I don't know, man. But anyway, this is the grand task that Josh now has in front of him.
Yeah.
The only way to get that money is, and again, this is the two steps, and then I won't go into it because I could literally do another hour and a half talking about this, but
we don't have that.
Exactly. I'm just going to leave it here. Two things he needs to do right now. Get the creative under control and make good stories, not ideological stories. That's an easy one to do. He can fight, he can argue, but he's the boss. End the story. Make it happen. Secondly, he needs to restore confidence in the park and the pricing and the structure and bring those people back. So it's going to take getting a hard wrangle on the creative part of the movie aspect of the movie, which has cost this company billions over the decade, billions, and then have the park experience, like he said during the shareholders meeting, the best day of your life. Exactly. But make sure it's the best day of your life every time you go. And yes, I want you going there once, twice, 3 times, 4 times a year. That's what he needs to do. He does those things. The money recuperates, the faith in Disney comes back, and these problems that we're having begin to go away because he's got not only the money, but he's got the push in the back of the board. The board's going to be like, oh, well, stock's up. That's going up. Confidence in the brand's going up, in the business. Go. I can't hear you. We can't hear you, conductor. Something happened. Still can't hear you.
No.
Let's see if we can fix it. But anyway.
Okay. Well, we can take a look at some of the comments before we wrap the show up.
Yeah, please. Let's make sure hit those.
I want to make sure. Can you hear us yet, conductor? Or Okay, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
So let's read this real quick.
Okay.
From Eric, and hey, Eric, thanks for joining Patreon. That was awesome.
Thank you.
We very much appreciate that. They turn to Tomorrowland. Or they should turn Tomorrowland into a comedic look into what we thought was going to be the future. Kind of how they turned the Jungle Cruise from a serious education ride into a comedy act.
Oh man, that wouldn't be bad.
That's pretty funny.
That'd be kind of funny.
That'd be pretty funny. Are we back with conductor yet? No.
Do we have any more?
Yeah. Okay. New quest unlocked for Udi Disney World. Yes, Garrett Bear. Someday we gotta make that happen.
Yeah.
We gotta make it happen. From Seth, on another topic, I was at the park the other day when the Savannah Bananas were there, and it was as busy as I've ever seen it. Oh, that's great. I can't hear you yet, conductor. Is there anything on my end I need to do? Nope.
You mute him and unmute him?
I did mute him and unmute him. I can't hear him. Unless anyone else, can anyone else hear him? I don't think anyone else can.
Hey, if anyone, you guys in the chat, please let us know if you can hear him. We can't, and then maybe it's us.
The last comment was they had a pop-up store at the end of downtown Disney that was 100 people deep until it closed at 9 p.m. Huge fan of the extended live stream. Oh, well, John, make it rain.
Try something.
Oh, we got you. We got you there.
No, we lost it again.
Now it's gone.
Hold on.
Like a millisecond.
Oh.
No.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I can hear you
very faintly though.
We had you there for a second. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's coming in and out. Your cable might be toast.
So, John, make it rain. Huge fan of the extended live stream.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
There we go.
Let me say my piece real quick before it goes out again, because I hate technical. Pain in the ass. My final thought about everything, though, is I think going forward, I think Josh tomorrow and the team, because I agree with Udi 100%. 100%. My take on it as well is don't sit there and promise things that you can't keep. You can't sit there and go on stage and say, we're going to build all this stuff, we're going to bring all these experiences, and don't do it. Because you're only damaging not only your reputation, the company's reputation, and Walt's memory every time you step on stage in public or during these earnings calls and say, yep, we're going to do this, and then you don't do it. It makes you look like a fool. And if Disney has to take a hiatus for a couple years and not do the D23 Expo, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. And let them catch up with themselves before they do another one.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
That's my piece before this stupid thing goes out again. I don't know why.
A very controversial take from a conductor.
Yep.
Okay, well, it seems like we have an extended show tonight. So thank you for everyone hanging out in the chat. I want to say thank you to Conductor for showing up tonight. It means a lot to us that you spent some time with us. We really like you. We enjoy hanging out with you, and I always get a good laugh or two from you. So,
I'm glad to deliver. So why not?
Yeah. So, where can people find out more information about you, Conductor?
Absolutely. You can find me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram at ThemeParkConductor, on X at ThemeConductor, TikTok at ThemeParkConductor1, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like the LTP Lounge crew, Mark and Udi, who have been on there multiple times. Always great to have them on. And as we kind of nerd out and vibe out on Disney news, Universal news, and just everything theme park related, it's such a great time because the chat loves to interact with us, as you guys can clearly see in your guys' chat. They come up with some great questions, and I love answering them. I love interacting with them. So it's such a great time. And I have other guests like Orange Grove 55, Hollow Gelato. I've had Bricky on there. I've had JP Land 21. I've had so many others, and so many others are planned to come on the show. And I couldn't forget the one person who actually I started my YouTube channel with, who actually started his YouTube channel at the same time, Mr. Tommy Toon World. The guy is phenomenal, and I love him as a brother, and he is literally my partner in crime when we go to Halloween Horror Nights every single year at Universal. The guy is just phenomenal. His food reviews, Steven Spielberg in the making, watching him do reviews in the park. It's phenomenal to watch.
Awesome. Yeah, and thanks for letting us be a part of your world.
Yeah.
No pun intended. With all the things you have going on. So yeah, maybe on the 15th we could do a conductor live from the parks.
That would be awesome. I would love that. I would love
crazy.
it.
Crazy talk. All right, Udi, where can people find out more information about you?
You can find me obviously right here at the LTP Lounge every Wednesday. You can also find me on our Leaving Today podcast. It comes out every other Monday. Our episode dropped this Monday, so we'll have another one in a week and a half. Then you can also find me on my other podcast show, which is the Mando Show. We have we should have 2 episodes dropping here shortly, and we are now talking about Maul, Shadow Lord.
Nice.
Short, really short review. I really like it.
Oh, did it already start?
Yeah, it started this week. It started Monday.
Oh, okay, cool.
I really like it.
Okay.
Anyway,
you
can find me on my Instagram, which is HAXGUALIE, Haxgoli, and a couple of you guys in the chat know that's where I respond to my DMs.
Awesome. And you can reach out to me at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. That's email, or Instagram at leavingtodaypodcast. You can DM us there. That's the best way to get a hold of us. Like Udi said, every other Monday we have our our Leaving Today podcast that shows up. And then every Wednesday night between 6 and 7, we do LTP Lounge, where we spend an hour tonight an hour and 22 minutes about whatever we want to talk about Disney related. Yep. And we've got very cool guests like Conductor here showing up. Always has a seat at the LTP Lounge table whenever he feels like he wants to come on. So we look forward to future collaborations with him. OG55 will be on at some point soon, I would imagine. And maybe we can get Hollow Gelato on here too. I love that. I want to talk to him sometime again.
Oh yeah, he would love it. He loves this stuff. He lives for it.
Okay. All right. So again, hey, if you get a chance, do click and subscribe to our channel. I think we have 79 people. I think Conductor's got 7,000 people or something like that. So we got a little bit of ways to go. But we're just trying. We're trying to do it. We're like there. We're going. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us. Tell your friends and loved ones about our show. And we love you, adventures out there, and we will see you in the parks.